What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of another BoomCo product. This one is the Halo assault rifle, more or less. Just like the other BoomCo Halo blasters, they're going for the replica-esque feel, but obviously slightly different coloring for, safety reasons. Anyways, this blaster is compatible with the BoomCo clip system, and it feeds horizontally. It's an air gun, so you pump it up a bunch, and then it fires with full auto. Pretty fun. Let's get to the review. Included is the blaster itself, 2 clips, a few BoomCo darts, and the instructions. Now to the externals and the basic function of this blaster. This is a BoomCo blaster, so of course it doesn't have a way to attach Nerf barrels. And even though this looks like a barrel, this isn't actually where the darts are released. It's this gaping hole right here. But it still looks cool. Down below is the pump. This is an air blaster, so to pump, you pull out this entire grip and then you pump. Then on the side here is the clip port. This is the little flap. The entrance is on this side. It includes 2 BoomCo clips, but it's compatible with the other BoomCo clips. It's all the same clip system, and these are in fact clips, not magazines. I jump on that in Nerf reviews because those are spring-powered magazines, and they are in fact magazines, not clips. That is an incorrect use of the name by Nerf and Hasbro, but this is actually a clip. So to load it in, you just push it in. It's just like loading any other BoomCo clip system blaster. And just like a lot of the other BoomCo blasters, if you put in the clip, it's not locked in like when you have a magazine release or something, so if you shake it, it'll still pop out. And that problem is made even worse when you use the bigger, heavier clips. This is the 40-round clip. It does work, but because it's so heavy, you have to be really careful with it after you load it, otherwise the clip will fall out. For cosmetic reasons, they put a little flap on the other side instead of it just being an open hole where the clip would just go in and out of. So it's very lightly spring-loaded, so if you don't have it loaded, it looks more realistic for the cosplay guys or anybody who wants it to look like the Halo assault rifle. It looks much better this way. Then the clip feeds through and it just opens up for it. I think that's really cool, and even on the other side, even though there's a gaping hole there, because it's shut on the other side, there's not as much light getting in, and that natural shadowing kind of makes it look better. So if you're interested in this blaster to look like the Halo assault rifle, it does a good job at that. So pumping the blaster, repetition-wise, you have to pump the blaster about 12 times to fire off the included 8-round clip. But if you happen to own the 20-round BoomCo clip, you can pump it up to about 24 times. That's when the overpressure valve kicks in, and that'll fire off the entire clip. Pumping it more doesn't make the blaster shoot harder. It just lets you get through a bigger clip because it has to push that through the system. But the capacity of the tank maxes out with the 20-round clip. I did try to pump it, and the overpressure valve kicks in at about 24, so pumping it more doesn't really do anything, and then you can't get through the entire 40-round clip. I only got through about 20 rounds. So you have to pump it another 24-ish times and then finish off the rest of the clip. And pumping with this clip inserted is actually really tricky because it wants to fall out when you're pumping. It's moving around and shifting, and you might lose it, so that's kind of annoying. But if you stick to the 8 or 20-round clips, it's not an issue at all. The capacity is just fine. Moving beyond the clip system, there is a little 32 number written right here, but that's not an active ammo counter or anything like that. That's just a sticker, just to be clear. Not complaining, but if you saw it and you were just wondering, nope, just a sticker. Down below is the trigger and the grip. The trigger pull is pretty normal. This blaster is fully automatic. While it's possible to burst fire and shoot just a few instead of blowing the entire clip in one shot, it's really tricky to only shoot one, and even if you can get the blaster to fire once, you might have some cycling issues. So it's more or less meant just to blow off the 6-round clip, reload, and fire again. Getting to the grip area, the design is very simple. It doesn't have any complicated grooves or anything like that. It's pretty comfortable. I often complain about thumbhole stocks because when they're designed for kids, they're usually uncomfortable for adults, and even larger kids or smaller kids who just like to have any wrist movement at all. It's kind of an inherent disadvantage of the thumbhole stock, but this one's an oversized blaster that's pretty comfortable. So if you're an adult cosplayer or a larger human, not a child, it's pretty comfortable and manageable as a bigger person. Beyond that, it doesn't have an adjustable stock. This is a fixed stock, but it does have a slot for an extra clip to be held. This system works similar to the old Nerf Longshot and the Modulus and a few other blasters that when you have this stock and you have all this extra area, you might as well just use it for storage so you can shove a clip up in there. And the Halo assault rifle is a bullpup design, meaning the magazine actually feeds behind the trigger system back here, so that's more realistic to the game. However, it's not obviously feeding from there, it's feeding from up here. That was the 20-round clip. The 8-round clip does feed in there, but I found it's kind of tricky to pull it in and out because you have less clip to grab onto when you're pulling it in and out. But because of that, it's also very secure, so you could totally run around. It's not going to come out on accident. Or maybe I'm just a wuss and have really weak hands. Yeah, that's probably it. So those are the externals. Again, to fire, you just load up the clip, you put it in, you pump it 12 times for the little clip, or the full 24 for the larger clip. And then you press the trigger and go pew pew pew. Trying a bigger BoomCo clip. fired at all. 40-round BoomCo clip. It's about halfway. I'm sweating. I don't do sports. Close enough. Ah, one last little. Gonna try to burst fire to see if that affects how many rounds you can fire off per tank. Ooh. Couldn't get to the last 3 shots and it kind of skipped a few when I burst fired. So firing the blaster is pretty fun. I personally enjoyed just blowing off the entire clip in one trigger press more so than trying to burst fire anything. I had a few cycling issues, and loading the BoomCo clips in general is tricky for me. Some of the blasters it's easier, but with this one, because it's full auto and it runs on air, the mechanics are designed a little differently, so you don't have any confirmation that when you click it into place that it's in the exact right spot. So I shot a lot and missed the first dart. The firing performance seems about in line with other BoomCo blasters. Some of the spring BoomCo blasters shoot a little bit harder than this one, but overall, firing the blaster is pretty fun. Getting to my overall opinion on the BoomCo Halo Assault Rifle blaster, I enjoyed plinking with it, but I don't think it's a practical Nerf blaster to competitively shoot or even like just for fun shoot. I think it's more annoying than fun, honestly, just because of the finicky nature of this clip system. I've used other BoomCo clip systems and, you know, with no problems, but this one in particular just, it doesn't lock into place, so it's really frustrating. When you set it into place, I just kind of want it to sit there, so if you're kind of walking around waiting to shoot somebody and you move too quickly, I mean, damn it. And if you want to like load up, it's in there and you're like, okay, now I'm going to pump. You have to be pretty careful. Otherwise, this is going to come out when you're pumping, if you're pumping like vigorously. And come on, we all pump vigorously. These problems are not as significant with the included 8-round clips, but because they have the 20-round clip, and shoot, these 40-round clips are only like $8 and change with 40 extra BoomCo darts on Amazon, which is really inexpensive. It's difficult not to just want to go use this. I mean, I bought a couple and I was excited to just blow a ton of ammo, but when I'm walking around, I have to put far too much attention into not letting the clip fall out of the blaster that it just kind of, it's not as much fun. I can't point it, I can't walk how I want to. It doesn't lock into place. So for a nerfer or somebody who wants to like play actively in a game, this blaster isn't really ideal, but because it's a replica style blaster, I imagine most of the people interested in it aren't really trying to do that. They want it because it looks cool like the video game Halo Assault Rifle, and in that regard, the dimensions are cool. I mean, it looks like it. I do appreciate this little flap. It's such a small detail, but it makes it look way better from this side, and if you're a right-handed shooter, you know, that's what other people can see. So it looks freaking awesome, and the red color makes sure it doesn't look too much like a firearm, so it's safe-ish. Yeah, but hopefully just the parts overview and the firing demo give you everything you need to know, because you can pretty much look at it, see what it is, and make that decision for yourself. My opinion's not as relevant for this type of blaster. That's this video review. I'll put a purchase link in the description box below, as well as a purchase link just in case you're interested in other BoomCo stuff. These things were 8 and change when I bought a couple, which is inexpensive. I'll put a link down there as well. That's this video. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay tactical.